Good morning, children.
Good morning, Daddy.
Today is February 5th. It's a Monday. Ooh, this is February 4th. Let me go over to this side. Boop, boop, boop. All right. February 5th. And the word of the day is real. Real.
Real.
Okay. So stop telling lies. Let us tell our neighbors the truth, for we are all part of the same body. So when they say we're part of the same body, by the fact, this is Ephesians 4, verse 25, okay? Now let me tell you, there's some books of the Bible that are called like Ephesians and Galatians, and what these books of the Bible are letters that apostles wrote to the church, okay? And when they say to the church, we're talking about the early church. See, Jesus has just recently ascended to heaven, right? So this is some of the earlier churches in the Bible, okay? But because these are earlier church, they're young spiritually, okay? That means they still don't always do the right thing, okay? So this letter, I believe this is Apostle Paul who wrote to the church of Ephesus. That's why the book is called Ephesians, okay? He was telling them, hey, we are all part of the same church. Why are we still lying to each other? Stop it, okay? Because we are followers of Christ. That lying, got to stop, all right? So that's just give you an idea of what this verse, the context of this verse and what it's coming from, all right? Context is important. To get a total understanding of a thing, you must understand its context, because something might mean something differently under different circumstances. That's what context is, the circumstance by which a word or an event or a thing happens, okay? Misha kicked a soccer ball across the room. It bounced off the wall and knocked over a picture frame, breaking it on the floor. His mom was out for the afternoon, and he knew when she got back, she'd be upset. He cleaned it up and tried to place it back where it was. When she got home and she saw it, she asked what had happened. Misha denied knowing anything about anything, and so did his brothers. Frustrated that no one was telling the truth. Man, this feels so familiar to me. Frustrated that no one was telling the truth, she took away TV until someone owned up to it. Misha knew his lie was affecting his brothers, but he really didn't want to get in trouble. It's important to tell the truth because it can impact those around you. Your behavior isn't just about you. The way you act can have a positive or negative impact on people around you. Lying creates an environment where trust cannot thrive. I'm going to say that one more time for the people in the back. Lying creates an environment where trust cannot thrive. Do y'all know what thrive mean?
Yeah.
What does thrive mean?
Thrive means
Thrive means to, like, it's hard to explain. Thrive is like survive for a long time with a certain amount of something.
What do you think thrive means?
I think thrive means like you can't get them to believe you. You can't get them to do something.
That's not what thrive means. Thrive talks about how well something is living or being or existing, okay? You said survive, right? Well, survive is the lowest form of existing. We're just surviving. We're not dead. Thrive means we're doing well. We're good. We're healthy. We're successful. We have abundance. So in order for trust to do well and be in abundance and being able to be its best self, lies can't be around. Because lies cause trust to have a hard time to thrive. Okay? In order to be trusted, especially by those who are important to you, like your parents or your teacher, okay? Lying does not help that. But sometimes people lie because they don't want to get in trouble. That moment that you think you save yourself from trouble, you have to remember two things. God is watching, and God says whatever somebody does, they're going to pay for it, whether it's good or bad. Okay? You reap what you sow. That's what the verse say. Whatsoever man sowed, that shall also reap. Now, reaping and sowing, those words might not be familiar to you. Okay? But let me give you a quick example what reaping and sowing is. If I go and plant a garden and I put seed in the ground, okay, that's sowing. When that seed grow up to be whatever fruit or vegetable it is, and I pick that to harvest it, that's reaping. Okay? So your actions is like planting a seed. Whether they're good actions or bad actions, they're like planting a seed. Okay? And the consequence or the reaction to what you do, whether it's good or bad, is reaping what you sowed. Okay? So back to this right here. When you lie, you're like planting a seed of distrust. And it makes it more difficult for those who are in your life to want to give you more responsibility, give you more privileges, do more things for you because they can't trust you. They can't trust you. They can't trust you. And you want to be trusted because all you have in this world is your reputation. And if you had a bad reputation, a reputation of being untrustworthy, then folks are going to treat you like such. Okay? Where was that? Trust to thrive, creates environment. So strive to be someone who tells the truth because you love others. When you speak words that are real and true, you care for others by building dependability and trust. Question: how can you practice honesty even when it's uncomfortable?
I could practice honesty when it's uncomfortable. Why? So you could, this is for example, you're playing with your little sister, and then when she goes away to do something, you play with one of her toys, but then you dropped it, and then you go to do something, then you come back and it's gone, and she comes back and she says, "Where's my favorite toy?" And you say, "I don't know where it went." You should try saying, "I dropped it, and now I don't know where it went. I'm sorry." Instead of saying, "I don't know where it went. It wasn't me."
Okay. Nathaniel, how about you? How can you practice honesty even when it's uncomfortable?
By can you say a question again?
How can you practice honesty even when it's uncomfortable?
By saying like, if Laurie was like running outside, and we told her to come back in, if she didn't come in the house, then we would have to do a tiny lie. But then when she comes in the house, we tell her the actual truth.
About what? What would you need to do a tiny lie for?
No, like if she doesn't come in, like say like something like, "We'll give you candy if you come inside."
Okay.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. There's no reason to lie. Whether you consider it tiny or all of that, there's no reason to be dishonest. She needs to come back in because that's what she's supposed to do. And if she doesn't, then you come get me or your mother, whether we're awake or sleeping. Me, I don't want you to wake up your mom, but get me, okay? Whenever you're dealing with her and she doesn't obey you, it is not your job to enforce the law, okay? It's your job to implement the law. Hey, do this, do that, do this. But to enforce it, it's my job, okay? I rain down consequences, okay? You guys, you especially being the oldest, your job is to be an example of how to behave, okay? Because you're the oldest, they look to you. But kind of straying away from the point, but, there's no reason to lie. Here is an example of how to be honest, even when it's uncomfortable. As a man, we're faced with situations, especially as a married man, we're faced with situations sometimes where there may be conflict in the family, okay? And sometimes we have to tell, whether it's our parents or our siblings or our spouse even, sometimes we have to tell them they're wrong. We can be honest with them and tell them that they're wrong, okay? Or even if we're wrong, we have to own it and say, yes, I was wrong. And sometimes it can be uncomfortable to tell people we care about the truth, because the truth might hurt their feelings or might make them upset, or it might make them, not want to deal with us the same. Because sometimes, let me tell you something. You're gonna notice this for the rest of your life. One of the most powerful things in the world is the truth. And a lot of people, they lie to themselves and they lie to others because they don't want to face the truth. And the truth is, we all have fallen short of the glory of God. We all tend to go from times where we think we're better than we are, okay? And we all have room for improvement to be better, okay? And some people don't want to hear it sometimes. They think you're judging them and this and that. And sometimes you have to tell people the truth. Well, not sometimes, all the time you have to tell people the truth, okay? There's a difference between telling the truth, telling a lie, and keeping your mouth shut. Sometimes, when things got nothing to do with you, you should keep your mouth shut and stay out of other folks' business. Just because something is the truth doesn't mean you should always open your mouth. 2 ears, 1 mouth. The Bible says be slow to speak and swift to hear, okay? You shouldn't always open your mouth just because you know something or want to say something, okay? So as you walk through life, you're going to have to be able to discern when speaking the truth is necessary. And when you keep your mouth shut, it's necessary. Because those are the only 2 options. Telling the truth or being quiet. Lying is not an option. All right? And that's February 5th.
Yay!
Real. Let's
Bye-bye.
go to school.